Hello everyone, hope you got time for a real quick card. So what I'm making today is I've got these two pattern papers that I have picked them up at Joann's, and they're American Crafts, and I'm just going to cut them down to 6x6 so they've got a panel to start with. I'm actually only going to use the one. I'll go through the motions with the second one. I've got the ornament one that I'm going to use, and then I will wind up not using the plaid as I move along in this process. So I'm just going to cut it down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I've got a huge Christmas shadow layered die that I need to lay down on here. And so it's got to be a landscape card that will give me enough room to lay a Christmas sentiment on that will span the entire front of the card. So I've got that there. And I was thinking that I would layer it with this plaid and use it for my background. And I'll go ahead and I'm actually measuring it to see what I've got because I felt like it was off a little bit. And it was. It looked a little bit crooked. So I'm just going to straighten it up and reassess. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one down thinking I'm going to use it for my layering. And then I will find some scraps and wind up using them. I have been trying to bust through my scraps and use them up. And so I've got a basket with a bunch of scraps sitting beside me, and I'm just going to look to that for, I'm thinking about my, what I want to do with the sentiment, what color do I want it to be, what do I want it to look like. And so I'm just going to kind of mess around with. I found this pink, and I thought, oh, that pink is cute. And then I was looking at it on the green, and I'm trying to decide if I want to use it or not. And so I am going to go ahead and use the pink. I'm doing some measuring on my glass mat there, and I've got a die cut piece out of that. So I'm going to have to lay it just right on there and then trim it to what I need. And I'm just going to do a little tiny edge. So I'm just going to take it and trim it down. I'm actually measuring it there to see what I have. I'm going to trim it down to where I can have just a little bit of an edge on that pattern paper. And then we'll even, I think, add an extra layer to it once we get done there. So this is another piece of scrap that I'm going to get out of my scrap bin and just glue on the back of this. And I chose that because there are some pink, there is some pink on the ornaments, and I thought it'd be fun to just pull that out of the pattern paper and just use that to back it. So I'm getting that laid down on there. And it looked like it was a little crooked, so I'm going to straighten it up. And now to decide what am I going to do next. So I'm going to my scrap bin and doing a little bit of digging around. And I've got a green piece, and I kind of like how that lays on there, but it's just not quite the right size. So I'm going to go and find another piece of that and just use a full-size sheet on there and get it laid down. And I like the pink and the green together, and trying to get it lined up. And I'm checking my card base, and I realized that was not a full A2 size panel. Evidently I'd cut something off of it. So I've got another scrap here, and I'm just going to try and cut it down to what I need, and we'll use this. And we'll get rid of another scrap piece that we've got there. And I'll tell you, with my card bases, they have all just been incredibly off. I'm about through that package of hammer mill that I ordered, and hopefully when I order my next one, I won't have this trouble on every card base that I make. It's probably every other because I think it's just off on one of the directions. Anyway, so we'll just trim this off and straighten it up, and then we'll be good to go with our to lay our pattern paper down there. And I think it looks real pretty. I like this festive look of this pattern paper, and it's going to work with that giant Christmas sentiment that I need to use. I actually just need a photo so that I can upload it to Spellbinder's affiliate site to show that I did make something with it. And every time I pulled it out to make something with, I'm like, it didn't fit whatever my project was. And so I just deliberately made this portrait card with just the pattern paper so that I could get this sentiment used. And I'm going to go again to my scraps and find something for my shadow for this sentiment. And I come up with this two-tone pink polka dot paper here that I've got another scrap of, and I thought that would be super cute because it almost looks like pink with the red on it, and we've got the pink and the red and the ornaments, and I thought it'd be super cute, so I'm just going to use it. I'll just bring my scout in and we'll just die cut this down. This is going to be a very simple card. We're just going to let the pattern paper and the sentiment, or the Christmas word, be the elements on the front of our card. And so I'm just going to take that, and then I'm going to go find some colored cardstock to do the Christmas out of. And I had another scrap piece, and this is kind of a reddish color. I wasn't even too particular. I think it kind of looked like the color of the ornament. I thought it blended well, so I'm just going to die cut the Christmas out. And it actually is all attached with the exception of the tittle, so that makes it nice. You don't have to fuss around with multiple pieces. Sometimes they'll make the dies separate in spots, which it makes it nice when they don't. So I'm just going to get this glued up. We'll get this laid down on our pink polka dot paper, and then we will have the front of our card all done. This was a very simple card, but I am trying to build my Christmas stash up, and sometimes you just need some simple cards. So you could easily mass produce this one as well. And I just blotted that glue up, trying not to make a mess on my pink cardstock down there. And this laid down real easy. I mean, I didn't even have to fuss with it. It went straight down. I got the first part of it started and it laid down. We'll just put a little dot of glue on there, and we'll get the tittle to our eye and get it laid down on there. It's on my little plate there. And there we go. We've got our Christmas. So I'll just grab my tweezers, which I did just take to the kitchen and scrub them and tried to get them cleaned up. They still kind of look a little bit dirty, but I think I got most of the gunk off of them so that they're a lot cleaner. I'm thinking I'm going to order me another pair because I'm getting these pretty gluey, and it'd be nice to have a gluey set and a regular set. So I'm going to lay this down on the inside of the card and kind of clean up my desktop. And I'll show you the card, and then we will come back in and put our sentiment on it. And I'm just going to use these Stampendous stamp sets that I've shown you in my previous videos, and we'll just stamp a sentiment down on the inside of this card, and that'll finish it off. It'll be good and ready to go. I'm not really sure what I'm doing at the moment here, but I'm going to get it laid down in there, and we'll just bring that sentiment in. I'll grab my Memento black ink. We'll get it stamped down. And this card will be almost ready to go. I will decide to come back in and put a piece of that scrap paper that I cut out off of it. I'll add it to the inside as well. That way I don't have that piece of scrap laying in my craft room. So we'll stamp this up a couple times. And this actually says, "Enjoy a merry and bright season with hope, happiness, and twinkly lights." And I think that's a fun sentiment. And so there we go. We've got that in there. We've got the front of our card. And I'm going to clean everything up, and then I'm going to decide, let's use that extra strip of paper and just put it down there on the inside of the card, and just bring the outside of the card on the inside. And I like it. I think it's pretty. It's very simple, quick, easy card for Christmas. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. Take care now. Bye-bye.